Alright, welcome back again. This is our next video. It's going to be, I'm trying to make them shorter so that you can watch them in a shorter period of time. We are going to talk about transition metals and ionic compounds. Okay? When we did ions, I told you that we have to have, I'll put it over here, Roman numerals. For transitions. And the reason why these have to have Roman numerals is because they vary in valence electrons. Okay, valence electrons. What does that mean? Remember, they can give away 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. So, just like in ions, when we were writing ions, let's say for 10, we had to be given a Roman numeral in parentheses. Okay. Same thing is true here. So if I had 10 and then I had oxygen next to it, and I would put oxide, 10 to oxide, the same is true for when we write formulas. Okay, so this is going to be the formulas. I forgot to put that up there. Formulas. Okay. Formulas. Okay. So we have 10 to oxide. It's the same thing as what we just did in the last video. You have to write down your symbols. So number 2 is symbols. Okay, so I'm going to write 10. Look on your periodic table, and 10 is SN. Okay, then we have oxygen, O. Okay, step 3, again, after we write symbols, we find oxidation numbers. Or charges. Okay. Charges. Well, if you remember from our lesson with ions, that Roman numeral right there is our oxidation number. Okay, let me write that again. I'm in a different color. Oh, I lost my eraser. Oh, there it is. Okay. Let me fix this. Let me fix this whole thing. Let me just fix this whole thing. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so first thing we do is write our symbols. Okay? Then we write our oxidation numbers. Well, here's our oxidation number. Our Roman numeral is our oxidation number. We know it's positive because it's a metal. Remember, metals are positives. Oxygen column is in the 16th column, has 6 valence electrons, so it has a -2 charge. Okay? So just like before in the last video, we're going to crisscross. Crisscross. All right? Crisscross. And then we're going to, that's number 5. We're going to eliminate. Eliminate. Okay? So let's go ahead and do that real quick. We're going to crisscross down. 2 plus, 2 negative. Okay? And then we're going to eliminate. Well, I'm going to get rid of these charges here. I'm going to get rid of up here. And if you remember from the video that we watched right before Thanksgiving, if I have 2 numbers that are the same number, remember these are ratios, so it would look like this, 2/2, just like a fraction, or 2 for a ratio. We can reduce those to a 1-to-1 ratio, which is 1, and we get rid of 1s. So our final formula would be SNO. Okay? Now, let's say I had 10-4. So this time I have 10-4. And I'm not going to put the tops and bottoms on these because I don't think we need them. It's just a habit of mine. I got to get out of that. 10-4. Let's say we had sulfide. 10-4 sulfide. Okay. First thing we're going to do, we're going to use our Roman numerals for our transition metals, and because they vary, we went from a 2 to a 4. So this one up here with oxygen gave away 2 electrons. This one down here with sulfide, with sulfur, gave away 4 electrons. Okay. So 10 SN. And then we're going to put our 4 plus. Okay, we're going to put S And I'm going to put that in a different color so you can see it. Let me get rid of that again. Let me redo this. All right. All right, so first thing we did is we write our symbols. Second thing we're going to do is put our oxidation numbers. 4 plus, and then sulfur is in the same column as oxygen, so it's going to be a 2 negative. Okay? We're going to use our crisscross method. Crisscross. I end up with 2 negative, 4 positive. Okay, I'm going to eliminate things that I don't need. Okay, I'm going to eliminate. I'm going to eliminate this, the positive and the negative. I'm going to get rid of this up here because it dropped to the bottom. And now I have 2, 4. And some of you guys are going to go, oh, we're done. It's SN2 S4. No, it's not. Remember, it's a ratio, a 2 to 4 ratio or fraction. If you think of it like this, as a fraction, what can you do to 2 to 4? Well, you can reduce this to 1 to 2. So this gets to a 1, which remember we put it to a 1, and this to a 2. I can still get rid of my 1s, so this is going to be SN S2. So it's going to take 1 10 to 2 sulfurs. Why is this possible? Well, if you remember the oxidation numbers, okay? 10 had a plus 4 to start with. So if I do this mathematically, I have a plus 4. If I only need one of them, it's going to give me a 4 plus. Okay? 4 plus. Okay? Then I have 2 sulfurs, which are at negative 2, which gives me a 4 negative, and I have 0. Okay? So, let's do one more example, because this one is the transition metals are going to probably give you the hardest time. It's going to make you go, a lot more than normal. And why? Why, miss? Why is this this? And why is this this? Because you're going to forget, okay? So, since we're doing that, we're going to do one more example, and I'm going to have to go with my wet rag here. Sorry. It does take a while to get this off. It's not as easy as my whiteboard. All right, that's good enough. Okay, so let's do one. Let's do, let's do nickel. I spelled it wrong again. That's why I should never do nickel. N-I-C-K. Nickel. Let's do nickel 3. And we'll do, let's do boride. Bromide. Can't even talk today. Okay. Nickel 3, bromide. Okay. First thing we do is write the symbols. So nickel is Ni. Bromide is Br, because it's bromine, M-I-N-E. Okay? Then we're going to write the oxidation numbers. Take this as a 3 plus. Bromine is a halogen, so it's 1 negative. Okay? We're going to crisscross. So we're going to take these numbers, we're going to crisscross them. This becomes a 3 plus. This becomes a 1 negative. Okay? We're going to eliminate what we don't need. Well, we know we don't need charges. We know we don't need our oxidation numbers up here anymore. We don't need a 1 because 1s are assumed. They're just, we know they're there, just like in math. So it's NiBr3. Okay? So I've got one more video short on how to, when we get to naming and some exemption, one more thing with transition metals. And then we will do another video after that for how to get from formulas to names. Okay? I'll see you guys in the next video.